How do you stop pagination running after it run out of data? So let me first have a look at regress. What does it do? So there is two parts of pagination. There's the front end and the back end pagination. The back end knows how much data it is, so it needs to figure out what to do if it gets a page that doesn't exist. So what we can actually do here is we can actually give it a different data. So this is what regress does when you do page 2. So when we change page 2 into page 3, what it does, it returns no data. It still says page per page 6, total 12, total pages 2. So now you figure out, oh, actually, page 3 of 2, that's not valid. So you might want to decide there to do something else than delete all the existing users. Say, okay, actually, there's no users, there's no new page. I'm just forcibly keeping the page on page 2. So where would you do that? You would do that in your onload function. After you've gotten the response here, you can look at from the users object, what was the page that we got? What was the total pages that we got? If that is inconsistent, we might want to not do the render users. If you want to figure out what is in object users, well, put in a breakpoint and then just run it again. So we run the page again and we should be hitting our breakpoint. Oh, yes, it hits our breakpoint in PyCharm again. And then it hits the breakpoints here. So object users, what does it look like? Okay, it has this data. It has page 1, total 2, total per page 6. So there's 2 users, but 6 per page. There's only 1 page. So I know which page I'm trying to load, which is page number. At this point, I'm not sure why it doesn't show. Oh, in this is in the onload one. You could access it if you really wanted it to, but so if you access it in this function, it will be available, but it sees here that you're not actually accessing it anymore, so it will work that, but it's page 1 anyway. So you can use that here to determine, okay, if the page number is bigger than the total pages number in object users, don't do anything. So only do render users if it's smaller. So that's how you could make that work. I think the code that for the example, the sample solution that Tim created, he does a check in the handlers of the give you the next page. The disadvantage of that one is that if somehow the server changed its data underwater, so someone else went and changed the data that wasn't you in a different page, then that assumption may no longer be valid. Of course, when we look at regress, we know that the data, it will just not return anything in that particular case. For your Python, you may want to check that works or what it does. Or just have a check. If you're asking for a page bigger than we can have, just return an empty list. This particular part was in I think in last week's lecture. How do we connect this up? I think I spent about, it's the 1 hour segment of the lecture videos. So that should really help you to get going. I hopefully also explain how that works. Now you see also a little bit how to do the debugging.